Good evening, everyone. It's DJ Star Focus, the main event, and this is the main event show. Happy New Year. That's right, we are here. 2021 is here, and I'm just be happy. It's a Friday. The weekend is definitely here. So we're going to talk about sports-wise first before we get into today's topic. Sports-wise, right now, my Knicks is down by at least 5 or 8. Just hoping to make another win, but if not, they got to go back to the drawing board. You know what I'm saying? But here, football-wise, the playoffs is here. You know, I'm a Jets fan. You know, my Jets are out, but they're looking for a new coach. The only thing happy about it is that Adam Gase is no longer the Jets head coach. Oh, that is a relief for all Jets fans, including myself, but I'm happy about what the Jets organization is finally going into the right direction during this offseason while the playoffs is about to begin tomorrow. But here is today's topic. It's about the insurrection on U.S. Capitol. What happened, I think it was 2 days ago. But everybody don't know that it is official that Joe Biden is going to be our 46th president. That's the only thing we're happy about. He is going to be our 46th president. And Donald Trump could say that this was a fraud. He can't say that no more. The Congress counted all the votes, and all the votes went to Joe Biden. So Joe Biden and Joe Biden will be your next president. Kamala Harris will be your next vice president. So either way, Donald Trump could say that it's a fraud. He could say that he was a victim. He could say all that. At the end of the day, the Congress, when they count the votes, it has spoken. It has spoken. So Donald Trump could manipulate. He can say whatever he wants. At the end of the day, January 20th, he is leaving that White House. But I said to myself, and I guess a lot of people could agree with me on this one, could say, why wait January 20th? He needs to leave the White House now after that riot on the U.S. Capitol. And I must say, I have to agree with the people. Why wait for January 20th? He needs to leave now. As you see, Twitter already permanently suspended his Twitter account. So bravo to Twitter on that one. I am so proud of Twitter for suspending his account. Yep. So I went to his account suspended, because he violated. So Twitter just put the brakes on Donald Trump. He can't use Twitter no more as a megaphone. And that's what he was doing. Everything that Donald Trump has, this is all Donald Trump's name on it. It really is. This has Donald Trump's signature on it. That riot has Donald Trump's signature on it. That woman that was shot in the chest and died afterwards, that was all Donald J. Trump. And I'm trying to keep my composure, and I know I'm getting loud, and it sounds like I'm angry, because I really am angry, because I never seen a person who's in the White House a sore loser like Donald Trump. I never seen a guy that is a sore loser like Donald Trump. And you know who even warned us was his niece. His niece warned us to keep your head up and eyes wide open for her uncle's next move is. And she warned us real good. She even warned us. She warned us real good that Donald Trump will not go down without a fight. Well, guess what? He already went down. He can't have no more on Twitter. The New York is definitely waiting for him because he owes almost $400 million. So what does that tell you? That he's just gonna become a regular citizen. Yeah, he's gonna be a broke citizen too. But I want to know what's your thoughts. If you're in the check-in right now, you can hit up my chat box. I want to know what's your thoughts about how the U.S. Capitol, the riot on the U.S. Capitol. And you know what also really pisses me off is that the cops, they let them get. It feel like the cops just let them they had no help. But I'm not trying to sound racial, sound like I'm a racist because I'm not a racist on my podcast. But people should let that sink in every time when they watch that riot. Should let that sink in. But I am trying to watch what I say. I really am trying to watch what I say because right now I'm kind of like, every time I look at it over and over and over again, I get more pissed off seeing it. That was despicable, disrespectful acts from Trump supporters. Because reality check is kicking in. But y'all believed in Trump. Half of y'all still believe in Trump to this day. But the reality is, he is leaving. I wish we were. I know half of people probably agree with me on this one. I wish we couldn't wait 2 weeks, January 20th, because to me, 2 weeks is too long. He needs to leave now. Now, tell me if I'm lying. He really needs to leave right now. And I can say that because this is my podcast at the end of the day. For real. So we're going to read some of the chats right now. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? We was just talking about the riot on the U.S. Capitol, how Donald Trump is using Twitter as a megaphone. That's what he was doing, using Twitter as a megaphone. And I know you had topics about on your podcast, the Juice Talk Radio podcast. If you could write in the chat, what are your thoughts about it, Lisa? How did the police handle that? That's what I want to know. What was your thoughts on it? And was it handled well? Because I am trying to watch what I say. Because once again, watching it over and over and over again has really got under my skin. Really has. yes, Lisa, it definitely Twitter took too long to ban him, and he definitely needs to go now. Absolutely, I totally agree. He definitely needs to go right now. All right, why? He worries about himself. Why he worried about that this election of fraud. We lost so many Americans over this coronavirus that is still spreading. He even put a pause on the vaccine that certain people needs right now. But that shows you what type of person that Trump is. But half of those Americans voted for this man. They was missing in action. And you're absolutely right, Lisa. They was never prepared at all. They just lost a police officer that was a New Jersey native. They was just talking about it on News 12. And that's so, my heart and prayers goes out to the family that lost that police officer who's a New Jersey native. What is so sickening. It is so. We need America back on this track. We definitely need these people. They definitely need the vaccine to go right. They need the vaccine right now. They need to just ship it off more of these vaccines because we are losing a lot of Americans, left and right. I mean, I wish I could put up the science and data on how many Americans we lost. But they worried about, but once again, instead of Donald Trump, he doesn't deserve the name president because he's not fit for office. He's not even fit for politics because he cares about himself. But Americans dying left and right. And I live in New Jersey. To hear the governor of New Jersey, Governor Phil Murphy, talking about how many New Jerseyans dying, how many Americans dying, but they have so much places for the vaccine. But did the president, no, he's not the president, soon to be ex-president, but did Donald Trump budged to help those Americans? What did he really do? Shout out to my friend Lisa right now. Please go check her out, the Juice Talk radio podcast, because I believe she was talking about this herself. Please go check her out. But I'm going to read her, when you play with the devil, this is the result you get. Everyone that stood with Trump can't distance themselves now. It's too late. You absolutely right, Lisa. It's definitely too late. It definitely is. A woman who was shot in the chest and killed. A police officer was also killed in that riot. A lot of people was killed in that riot. They say they made a few arrests. But at the end of the day, but Donald Trump goes on there talking about, they should be punished. But this has Donald Trump's signature on it. This all has Donald Trump's signature on it. This is why we can't wait until January 20th. They need to just pull the plug and put Joe Biden in there right now. But you got a lot of people, certain people that are hating on Joe Biden, but he haven't gotten to the White House yet. And that disturbs me. I feel like the Vice President, Kamala Harris, and Biden is going to make a difference. But they know when they get in that White House, it's going to be a lot of work that they have to clean up. And Lisa, you're right. They are too scared to remove him. Don't know why are they afraid to remove him. But if I ever worked for the White House under Donald Trump, I would have removed him right away. Definitely. If I had that type of power, I'd be like, Donald Trump, you're gone, pack your stuff and get out. You can't say it's a fraud now because the Congress count all them votes from different states, which his cronies, Ted Cruz, and the other guy, forgot his name was, they was trying to stop the votes from Pennsylvania, had 20 votes for Joe Biden. So they tried to object, and it backfired. But you rather fight for a man that doesn't fight for you. I guess certain Republicans are starting to understand that. Certain Republicans want to be with him to the end. And I'm starting to see it. Everybody's starting to see it. It's really sad. Lisa, I definitely appreciate you. Once again, if y'all know who Lisa Marie is right now, she's in my chat room. Her podcast, Juice Talk Radio Podcast, she talks about politics and other news. So please subscribe to her, and trust me, I'm going to get her on the phone, and she could definitely break down how this world is. What they need to be worrying about right now is people dying from this deadly coronavirus. That we still in this pandemic. Yeah, it's a new year, but we lost a lot of Americans. Not only to coronavirus, but we lost a lot of people of cancer too. I mean, 2020 is going to be talked about for a very long time. I mean it, like 2020, I'll break it down for you. It all started with the death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi in that helicopter accident. That's how it happened. Then we lost hip-hop artist Pop Smoke in a shootout. He was shot and killed in his home, in his rental home in Beverly Hills. Then the pandemic came in. I mean, the pandemic really came in. Like, I never seen a whole state and country shut down. Yeah, Lisa, it definitely went downhill from there. Because I never, in my life, seen it like that shut down. I can't believe it. Like, I went to the mall, I went to the, I went to the grocery day. I went to the grocery store, and I never, in a million years, had to stand in line just to get into the store. Everybody masked up, social distance, 6 feet. If I had shown y'all this video, I was at a store called Wegmans. I will never forget how long I had to stay in that line. And it was raining. That's how crazy it is. And it was raining. So please, I'm begging everybody, please mask up. Please social distance. I know we could beat this virus this year. I know the vaccine is out. But in my opinion about it, do I trust it? Nah. Because I got everybody ask me, am I going to take it? Listen, everybody's immune system is different. I still don't trust it. Even though the vaccine is good, it's just to fight the virus, but still, you cannot trust it right away. You can't. You know, but we are in a new year. 2021 been here. It is January. So we're going to take it one day at a time. But the cold air is really frigid. So in New Jersey, at least I don't know how it is in Alabama. Is it cold down there? Please let me know. Because now we're getting that climate cold air that we never got, that we didn't got last year. And now that climate cold air is here. Like right now, if I go out right now, it's 25 degrees out there. Probably wind chills. But I know I pray. I know I pray to God because it's in God's hands. And that's all I can do. Yeah, it's definitely. I figured that it's definitely freezing tonight because we in the lows in the 25s. You better be glad. We all glad it's not like, how do you say, -9 degrees like it was like 2 years ago. And that's frigid right there. That's brutal cold. Me, I don't like the cold. Yeah, see, there's certain snow for some small amount snow for certain areas, right, Lisa? Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. But back to the But see, this is why we getting this winter now. We didn't get this last year. I know, Lisa, about like it hot, but still, that warm weather in the January, like in the 50s to 60s, that I couldn't deal with that weather. I believe that's why we in this COVID right now. But then Donald Trump was to blame China for it, knowing well this is all him. But then he caught the virus. He was test positive. Now, I had a story to tell y'all. Now, I was on my way to my job. You know, it was my day off, but I wanted extra hours. So we gotta take out when you take the temperature. You gotta make sure they take the temperatures right. Make sure that the thermometer caliber and stuff. So I'm on my way to work. Wow. Over 100 in Alabama, Lisa, that's crazy. But Lisa, I want to tell you my story, what happened to me. So I was on my way to work, you know, my day off, you know, but I needed extra hours. So this lady with the thermometer, temperature, I'll never forget this. She'll say my temperature, oh, you got a slight fever at 100.7. Now, if I had 100.7, I will not be walking. So, something about their thermometers. And this was like, how do you say? It was like, you know, that red dot thermometer. I don't trust those ever since then. So, what I did is, I had to go to urgent care, and they took my real temperature, and it was at 97. So, something wasn't right. And then, after that, I had to take a COVID test. Which I had to wait for the doctors to call. I had to wait for the call for the doctors to get me called back for my results. Just thank God when they called Sunday, thank God the results that it came out negative. I was happy about that. Had to get a doctor's note. Had to make a copy of it, take a picture of it, text it to my boss that my results came back negative. That made me not try. Everybody asked me how I was feeling. I was like, I'm feeling good. I said I was feeling good before. This is why you can't trust people to take your temperature. You gotta take your own temperature, and that's what I've been doing. That's why I'll be like, if I take my temperature, I'm gonna take it myself. Buy my own thermometer. And that's what I did. I bought my own thermometer from Walgreens. That is so crazy. But now the state's starting to back up. But the cases went up. Cases spiked back up during not only during the holidays. They spiked back up before like September, October. Right now, we at its peak. We are really at its peak. Right now with this coronavirus. We are really at its peak. Like, I never seen so many people, so many states that has so many hospital beds, so many people going to ICU. Now, ICU and ventilators, to me, that's not a good sign. Especially going in the ICU. And that's real talk. But the cure of this is tea. Here's my cure. Tea with some lemon, with some, excuse my language, tea with some honey, squeeze lemon, some ginger in there. That's my cure. This vaccine, no. I don't trust it, but then you gotta look on the bright side. Yeah, people gotta understand what this Pfizer vaccine really is. This Pfizer vaccine is the vaccine mixed with the virus together to see if your system can fight it. Because God forbid if my immune system shuts down for taking it. And I'm not going for it. And that's a fact. Seriously. If this is a new year, this is 2021. We are not bringing 2020 into 2021. I sure don't. Yeah. And I'm gonna quote what Cooper said, which is absolutely true. Anyone with a soul will be disgusted. Trump was delighted. That means Donald Trump has no soul. He has no remorse. At least it was right. You might as well call him Hitler. Because that's what he did. Every time he was on Twitter, it was like a megaphone. Now, everybody knows what a megaphone is. Every time he was on Twitter, every Trump supporter saw it. They followed him. They did everything in their power. They said, go to Washington, D.C. And that's exactly what they did. Everything that came out of Donald Trump's mouth, they did. Those people did not have souls. And certain people lost their life just because they believed in him. And Ted Cruz, oh my God, those croonies, those Senate Republican Senate croonies, has to be the worst stooges I ever seen in my entire life. I mean that. Now they're saying that Trump got his attorney, Rudy Giuliani, which Rudy Giuliani was the former mayor of New York. Thank God they got rid of him. Oh my God. They said both mistakenly made calls to Republican Senate Mike Lee as deadly riots was unfolding at the U.S. Capitol. Yeah. Mistakenly. Hear that word, mistakenly. That wasn't a mistake. They actually believed them. Which that was not cool. You know, there's a saying for that. Every dog has its day. Every dog has its day. Their days are coming. Don't know when, but their days are coming. Oh, don't worry, we're going to have more topics about this next Friday. We definitely are going to have more topics about this. In a few minutes at 10:30, you know what I do on a Friday night. I go in with the main event mixtape, and that's going to be up next around 10:30. So, Lisa, if you're in the check-in right now, at 10:30, I'm going to go in with the main event mixtape. So, we're going to have the music heal during this pandemic. And I said it. Music has been really a good healing during this pandemic. So I definitely want to shout out to one person, to one DJ who I also looked up to that started this club quarantine, started playing music, and that is DJ D Nice. For real. DJ D Nice. And DJ D Nice, man, definitely applaud to him. Because D Nice was the guy that started this quarantine. And let me tell you something, he took off ever since. He definitely took off ever since. So, I've just been, watching his videos. He's probably on right now, don't know when, but when he's on Instagram, I don't even go on Instagram Live when he's on. When he's on, forget about it. And that's real, when he's on. But we're going to talk more about this next week. I'll give you more info of the Donald Trump saga as we count down. I wish the countdown would be sooner. Hope they do it next week, but if we have to wait till 2 weeks, which we shouldn't have to wait till 2 weeks, it'll be better if they just pull the plug. Like Lisa and I said, it'll be better if they just pull the plug. So at 10:30, the main event mixtape is up next at 10:30. 848-207-4426 is the number to call, and this is the main event show of the new year. And every Fridays around 9:30, the main event show, we're going to be talking about different topics. We're going to stick on to this one, the one with Trump and Biden, until Biden gets swerved into the White House. And then we're going to have more other topics around the world. So the main event show has gotten better. I know I haven't been on this other podcast because I'm too busy on the other podcast, but the main event show is back. It's a new year. It's 2021. No more 2020 or 2019. This is 2021. And this is the main event show. The main event mixtape up next at 10:30. 848-207-4426 is the number to call. And I will see y'all next Friday. But be ready for the main event mixtape up at 10:30. And this is DJ Style Focus saying salute, and I'm out.